Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Happy New
Good
Year.
morning.
Happy New Year. Hi, Eric.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
Rick Adams.
Mark, should we get started?
Yeah, we can go ahead and get started if you want to do the welcome and introductions.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Lori Palayo with JMT. Just to let everyone know, this meeting is being recorded, and if you are not speaking, please mute your mics. So I will go down the list for roll call. Brenton Mosher,
Brenton Mosier, USF Cutter.
Darby Bryant,
Darby Bryant here.
where are you from?
Sorry, Pinellas County.
Thank you. Anthony Chamont,
Anthony with JMT.
David Hegarty,
David Hegarty, City of St. Petersburg.
Mark Easty,
Mark Easty, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office and Pinellas Chair.
Kathy Gadamer,
Kathy Gadamer, City of Dunedin.
Gina Harvey,
Hi, I'm Gina Harvey from Pinellas County Public Works Transportation.
Eric Henry,
Hey, y'all. Eric Henry with FDOT District 7 Safety, your community traffic safety team program manager.
Richard Interante,
Good morning, Rich Interante, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office.
Jim Hartwell,
Good morning, Jim Hartwell with Element Engineering.
Lane Lauren,
Lane Loring, Deputy with Pinellas County Sheriff's Office and Pinellas Vice Chair.
Mashid Ariste,
Good morning, Mashi Daraste, American Quality Consultants, FDOT Safety Ambassador.
Joe Cox,
Good morning, Jill Cox, Officer, St. Petersburg Police Department.
Jim Reiser, Jim Reiser is on the line. He's LEL. Rick Adams,
Rick Adams, Nation's Traffic Safety Schools.
Sheila Rainey,
Good morning. This is Sheila Rainey. I'm with Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital and Florida Suncoast Safe Kids.
Autumn Westerman. She's with Pinellas County School Transportation. Richard Wilson,
Good morning, everyone. Rich Wilson with Benish.
Mike Zinn,
Mike Zen here from Florida Department of Transportation Traffic Safety Office, and George Edmondson is sitting here with me from Benish.
hey George. Is there anybody that I missed who is currently on the line?
Hey, Lori, it's Jim Reiser. Do you got me now?
Yes, I hear you now.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Jim Reiser, Law Enforcement Liaison, District 7.
Perfect. I believe that is everyone, Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Lori. We'll move on to the approval of the December meeting minutes that was sent out to everybody. I'll need someone to vote to approve it and then second it, please.
Mark, I'll approve it.
Thank you. And then a second.
I second it.
Thank you. All right, now I'll move on to Anthony with JMT for the highway safety matrix.
Let me share my screen. Good morning, everybody. You're able to see my presentation?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. I always like to confirm before beginning. So I'm going to do a quick presentation on the highway safety matrices. This is an effort that a central office does on behalf of the entire state. It's actually pretty useful. I like the spreadsheets that are available to everyone. I'll give you a quick overview of what they look like and show you where you are able to find them and some of the things that you can do from them. Quick background on them. Again, the highway safety matrices, it's a data-driven tool that ranks our cities and our counties, and it groups them into population groups. It's looking at fatal and serious injury crashes for the rankings. The crash data comes out of the Signal 4 database, and all the demographic information is from the Florida Bureau of Economic and Business Research. So that's kind of where some of the data is coming from, and it just kind of ranks them and shows you where you are, and a very high level grouping of them, basically by the state's strategic highway safety emphasis areas. If you don't recall what those are, they are groupings of categories: roadway user, behavior, road user, and some evolving areas that represent the highest concentration of severe injury crashes. The matrix includes a number of these. Notably, it does not include commercial vehicles in it. For whatever reason, they've chosen to not include that, but it does include work zones down in the kind of evolving emphasis area. So you can see where your county and a number of your cities rank against cities of similar size based off of that criteria. This presentation was kind of built as an overview of the old versus the new, the 2024 versus the 2025 highway safety matrix. Note that the 2024 fiscal year highway safety matrix shown on the screen includes crashes between 2017 and 2021. So the Department of Transportation, with their official data sources, is always running a little bit behind because they need to certify that all the data is correct and the year's data is complete. So the new safety matrix is going to come out pretty soon. So we'll have an update, showing the 2026 fiscal year one. But this is where the counties in District 7 ranked in 2024, showing each of the 5 counties. The numbers that you see represent the ranking from each of the other counties, how they fall in that category. Pinellas County, for example, has a number 5 in the column for aging road users. That means that out of all the counties in the state of Florida, Pinellas County was the 5th of the most crashes in that category. So there's 4 counties that have more fatal and severe injury crashes in that category. The distracted driving is 11. Again, there's 10 that have more. So a lower number means that there are more crashes in that category, and higher number, less crashes, and so on. The comparison between the 2024 and the 2025 is shown here. This is now the 2025. Some of the numbers went up and down. I'll make it easier on you if you can't remember the numbers between the two. This sheet kind of compares the both years. You see Pinellas County, the average rank is 7.8 between the 2024 and the 2025 fiscal year highway matrix. Some categories went up while some categories went down. Again, an increase in ranking from 11 to 12 means a decrease in crashes for distracted driving. So Pinellas County is doing good in that category. Impaired driving went from 6 to 5. That means that it increased in rank, meaning more crashes. So Pinellas County did worse in impaired driving. And so on. The categories that they were better on was occupant protection and the speeding and aggressive driving. And then our teen driving and our work zones decreased. Notably, the work zone moved up 2 categories. So that was sort of the worst category for Pinellas County between those 2 years. Data sets was the work zone. We can see how the 5 counties, Pinellas County being highlighted in here, fall for the entire state of Florida. These are for the group 1 population greater than 200,000. Pinellas County is 8th on the list with that ranking of 7.8. Pasco County and Hillsborough County in our district having more crashes in those categories, giving them a higher rank. So we can see where they fall across the categories. That's why this is called the matrix, because it's a crosstab of all the data kind of compiled. So what we can do with this data is, if we're going after safety funds, we're going after projects, we're needing to know where we want to focus our safety efforts, our enforcement efforts, and our education efforts. By each of these categories, we can look at the ones that have increased or decreased, the ones that were higher or lower, and we can focus efforts on those areas. That's why this is a high-level kind of planning tool. If you care to see the group 2, the ones that are population 50 to 200,000, there's 15 counties in this category. Both Citrus and Hernando in District 7 are leading the way for the most crashes in the smaller county categories. By cities, there's actually a lot of information in the matrix for Pinellas counties because it does have a lot of cities that are incorporated. We see them here by in alphabetical order. Clearwater, Largo, St. Pete are the ones that show up in the population of 75,000 or greater. With St. Petersburg, having the categories across the bottom. The pink categories I neglected to mention earlier are the ones that are in the top 35% for that emphasis areas. So St. Petersburg has pink across all of its categories, so room for improvement in those categories. And Clearwater has it in 3 of the categories. Largo has it in 2 of the categories. A comparison between the 2025, St. Pete has them high again. Largo improved slightly, and Clearwater still has the 3. That comparison spreadsheet that makes it easier to see between the 2024 and the 2025. The rankings, we see that St. Pete dropped slightly. More crashes. It went from 6.1 to 6.0. Clearwater did quite a bit better. It was 16.7 rank, and it is now 19.9. And Largo went from 25.3 to 27.2, with various categories increasing and decreasing along the way. How those larger cities fall against each other statewide. Again, the ones in Group 1 population size. We see the ranking of them across the board here. This is just a matrix that shows you how they are. This is the thing that's downloadable, basically, is this matrix that shows the entire category. So when you go to the website and download it, you'll get the big sheet that shows you the rankings across, and you can download older ones as well. We've done some analysis and brought them together to show the different ones. The city group 2 category, these are the cities between 15,000 and 75,000. There's a lot of cities in Pinellas County in here. Here they are by alphabetical order. I'll kind of skip forward to the useful slide, which is the one that shows the comparison between them. Pinellas Park being the one with the highest rankings, the most crashes, and it got a little bit worse. It went from 11.6 to 11.3. Some of the categories improved: distracted driving and occupant protection, and teen driving. The other ones went down. Tarpon Springs, Seminole, Dunedin, and Safety Harbor are on the list as well. Tarpon Springs improved slightly, Seminole as well, Dunedin as well, and Safety Harbor decreased slightly in its rankings, meaning more crashes, from 96.6 to 90.4. The smaller, or this is how the category Group 2 cities compare against each other. You see Pinellas Park is quite a bit higher than some of the other ones, even though Safety Harbor got a little bit worse in its crashes. It's still doing pretty well compared to other cities in its ranking. But if we wanted to do some studies along those areas, we see where those categories fall. The Group 3 city categories is that 15,000 to 75,000 ranking. There's 104 cities in that group. And this is where they fall, just the ones that are within District 7, so we can compare the cities in Pinellas County that are highlighted with the blue arrows compared to the District 7 cities. The final category is the city Group 3 by population. These are your 3,000 population to 15,000 population. There's a lot of these in Pinellas County, so there's a lot of data. Some of our northern counties with less incorporated cities, all they get is the city or the county one. So this is great, I think, for Pinellas County, this entire matrix. I'll skip forward to the comparison slide because that's the one that shows the where is it? The comparison slide that shows the differences between them. But here's the all the smaller cities that are in Pinellas County, Oldsmar being the one that's the highest, Treasure Island, and then the rest of them are in category on the right side of that for those smaller cities. Just the ones in District 7. There's a lot of cities of this rank in Pinellas, so we see how they all rank. And the comparison one, Oldsmar increased or went down in crashes. It was 34.8 on its ranking, and it went to 39. Treasure Island got a little bit worse. Gulfport got a little better. Kenneth City got a little worse. City of St. Pete got a little better. So you can see all the rankings in there. There's a lot of them. I don't want to read them all, but this is really useful to know, how they're going. And very soon, when the fiscal year 2026 matrix comes out, we'll have an update to this that shows the next year's, comparing the others, so we can start seeing those trends along the category. So again, I mean, this is a really nice tool that shows the crashes and how they compare against cities of its other type. of its other population size by the strategic highway safety emphasis areas, the lane departure intersections for the roadway user categories, the user behavior, and those work zones. The important part for you guys is where to get this information. There is a long URL here across the top. It is in the central office safety webpage. The important part, though, if you look at the bottom right side of the screen, if you Google F.Safety Matrix, it's the top result. It takes you to this specific link. That's what the website actually looks like. And there are 4 links. One is the matrix by county. So it's that spreadsheet that shows all the counties in the state of Florida and their rankings. There is the CD Group 1, the CD Group 2, and the CD Group 3. There's 4 individual spreadsheets. Each of them can be downloaded individually, and you can see where things are, where things rank, and this can be used again at high level kind of planning safety things. Any questions on the matrix? That's a quick overview of it and where we can find it. See any hands going up? So, I mean, again, thank you for your time. I hope that that was useful to you guys, and go out there and grab the fiscal year 2025, and we'll update the group when the 2026 one comes out, so you can see how things compare. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, I'm familiar with the matrix. I've been helping our grants when I was in traffic for years. There's only one law enforcement agency on the line, but since we're talking about that, that is one of the things that's useful when writing grants. So, for Jill, and the grant period is open now until the end of February. So you guys can apply for any grants that for any one of those different categories, whether it be impaired driving, speed or aggressive driving, aging road users, or whatever. So it's a great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to committee report.
On that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, Jim. Yeah, I'll let you talk about it. Jim also sent out an email with the matrix as well for the law enforcement on the line. But go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Real quick, that new matrix is out on the state safety website. All the law enforcement partners that are eligible for grants, that has been sent out. If you have not received that email, please get in touch with me, and I will make sure you receive that information. Speaking of concept papers being accepted, there's going to be in-person training on January 17th in Tampa next Friday from 10 to 12 at F.D7. So if you've never applied for a grant before and need some education on the concept paper training, there will be an in-person training. There's also a virtual option on the state safety website. And I'll yield back at this time. I appreciate the opportunity to kind of chime in there.
Yeah, no problem, Jim. Hey, on a side note, I saw Roy Paz retired this week. Congrats to him. He's a motor officer with Tampa PD. In fact, for those that were at the mega meeting, he gave a presentation. Congrats to him, but that's a huge loss for TPD for sure.
Very big loss because he was great for community outreach, and we all know that accomplishes traffic safety that everybody's part of in this group. That's very, very important.
Yeah, I'm sure we may see him soon. So, all right, we'll move on to enforcement. The only agency I saw on here was St. Pete. So, Jill, do you have anything from St. Pete? Anything you guys did last month and anything coming up this month?
I do know that they have started doing motorcycle enforcement operations. Unfortunately, Shade is out sick, Levy's in a meeting. So I was out also. So I'm not sure what the results were from that, but I do know that we are continuing them. And besides that, nothing else.
All right. Thank you, Jill. So for Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, I know last month in the month of December, some of our traffic units in the north end were working the ELEE details throughout the month. And then on December 18th, and I'll let Blaine just talk about it a little bit, but we participated in that multi-agency speed detail along US 19, basically from the north end of the county to the south end. The operation started at 10 a.m., ended at 6 p.m. And just a few stats below, and I'll go real slow for you, Lori. Actually, I'll just forward you the stats so you don't have to worry about writing it down. Total citations were 488. 232 of those were speeding. There were 9 total physical arrests, 4 DUI arrests, 10 seatbelt violations, 475 warnings, and throughout the detail, law enforcement officers stopped a total of 893 vehicles. So very, very successful detail. I'll let Blaine talk about it a little bit more because he actually was out there working it.
Yeah, Mark, I don't have a whole lot more to add. You kind of went over all the stats. I know that there was a ton of us out there. The move overs were just left and right. That was one of the things I was focusing on, was the next officer I saw just parking on the shoulder, and you'd get a move over almost immediately. So it was good to see that many people. I know I stopped a motorcycle, and he had just gotten stopped about 30 seconds before that. So it was good. Yeah.
I think Mike Zinn had his hand up a second ago.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, Lori. I was just, I didn't know that Mark had all the stats. I was just going to make sure
Oh,
that everybody got aware of the stats. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Lori, so you don't have to worry about writing it all down.
Thank you.
All right. Drive sober, get pulled over. That was ended. It went, I think, right before Christmas, all the way up to January 1st. So for the law enforcement agencies, Jim's going to be looking for those stats. So make sure you get those pulled and sent to him. That's as far as what we had for December. As far as this month coming up, again, they're going to be still working on the ELEE details. Next week, myself and our state DRE coordinator, Tim Cornelius, with IPTM, we're hosting a DRE instructor course. There's going to be, I believe, 11 students in there. 3 of them are from Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, so that will help. And I don't have much else going on for this month coming up. Yeah, let me just make sure nobody else from any other agencies jumped on. Nope. Alrighty. All right, we'll move on to engineering. Does anybody from engineering have anything to talk about?
I can mention a couple things, just more on the bike ped side. I guess the main thing would be, I don't know if folks have heard, but Tina Russo, formerly with Pasco MPO, has left that position and is now our new bike ped program manager, replacing Ginger Regalado, if any of y'all ever had the chance to work with her. But she started just at the end of last week. So she's kind of hitting the ground running. I would expect to be seeing her around. She will be a great contact for bike ped safety on the FDOT side. Other than that, we do have a new PSA that should be coming out shortly for those mid-block pedestrian signals that were installed on 4th Street. There should be 2 final versions of that. I think one is specific to 4th Street that we're planning on distributing to folks in that area. And then we also have a generic one that we've developed just for anywhere else that we implement that same treatment, just to kind of aid with education on how to properly use the facilities. I think Jim mentioned it in the chat, but January is move over month. I'm sure most of y'all already know that. And I think that is all that I have on my side.
Thank you, Eric. And since we're on the topic of ped bike, Breton, do you have anything?
Just a little bit. We have begun, it's more education and also enforcement. We've begun some of the ELEE impact teen driver programs in the Pinellas County schools. We've gone to Boca Ciega, Clearwater, Countryside, Pinellas Park. I feel like I'm missing one. Tarpon Springs. So it's great to see the officers, getting in there and giving that education and earning points for that. And also, Ford Pinellas has tentatively set their next Bike Your City event for Saturday, March 1st, and that will be in Pinellas Park. Now, more details forthcoming for that.
All right, perfect. Thank you. yeah, for those, Ginger used to be a part of our Pinellas CTST for a while. So sad to see her move on, but Russo will definitely be a comparable replacement. Anybody else have anything with engineering?
I have some bike ped information.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this is Sheila Rainey from Johns Hopkins. We have two things going on. Tina Russo and I are putting together a helmet fitter class for Pinellas County. So if anybody is interested, we are still looking for a location. So if you're interested in being trained and have a room, that would be great. I am working with someone with the city of St. Pete that may have a location for us. So anyway, we're putting that together. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll have that. So if you need to be trained, please reach out. And the other thing is we are starting out our bike safety poster contest. We give it out to 6 counties. I email it out to my bike ped contacts, but I also contact all the school principals, both regular and charter. Last year we had 23 entries and we gave out a whole lot of prizes. And I try really hard to get to the schools and give them the prizes in front of their admin and make a big deal about it so the kids feel really super special. We had some great pictures, some great responses, and it's just a really good program. Super simple to do. The entries aren't due until March 15th, so they have 2 months to do it. And if you're interested in distributing it, just let me know and I will send it out to you. And my email is in the chat if you're interested in a helmet fitter class or the bike poster contest. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else from engineering?
Somebody had their hand up, Mark.
I think it
Bryant,
was
maybe?
Darby. Yeah, Darby Bryant.
Oh, thank you. Sheila actually touched on the topic that I was going to talk about regarding helmet fitting. There are a couple of Pinellas County staff members that are looking to be trained in and certified in that, and we are also available to supply the space for the training as well here at our site. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Education. Jim, do you have anything else from the LEL side?
Yeah, the only thing I sent out an email reference, there's some free training classes I'm sure you're aware of because you're probably teaching some of them are the for the D7 officers for through IPTM coming up. A lot of them are focused on DUI. And I know there's been a lot of transfers within some of the units in Tampa Bay area and some new people coming on. So hopefully we get some of the newer, younger generation officers to participate in that training. And I also included a link in that email to the training through Tallahassee Community College, grant funded at zero cost to your agency. So check that out when you get the chance.
Yeah, and I know Jill's the only one on the line, but just keep checking those websites periodically because they add classes throughout the year, and like Jim said, they're free and they're local, which definitely helps agencies, so they don't have to spend a ton of money sending people to training and send them out of town. So, all right, does anybody else have anything for committee reports before I move on? Alrighty, we'll move on to the problem locations. Passing school buses, it's well, school started again. So we'll keep working on that. The next one I know is Willow. We're just waiting for that to get done. And then the last one is 4th Street. Do we have an update on that?
David Haggerty here. I think last time I gave an update that we had adjusted some signal timing to increase the all red time to try and reduce those red light running collisions. So that's done. And I believe FDOT is going to be implementing some signage improvements in February. So that's forthcoming.
All Awesome. Sounds good. All right. So we'll just keep monitoring it, and hopefully those adjustments will improve the crashes in that area. All right. We'll move on to Mashid.
Good morning again. As always, thank you for the applications. And again, I'm working with Bill Reha. We had a meeting last month. We went over the HSIP applications. We reviewed them. We're still getting some more final quotes. As always, any time is a good time to submit an application. I just wanted to talk about a couple of points when you're submitting applications. When you're submitting application, please include the prioritized list of locations because it always comes back. You send a list and then it should be prioritized. Where the material will be used, including a location map. Then the second thing is that please indicate the address where the equipment will be shipped to. When we get codes, that information is always necessary, so please include the address where the equipment will be shipped to. Sometimes it's not the central office, it's the field office, of course. So that's a very good information to submit with the applications. And as always, attending the meetings, 4 meetings at least, and presenting the concept for each project is necessary. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mashid. We'll move on to the high crash intersection and the fatal map. Well, my goal every year is to be under 100. So unfortunately, we didn't make it this year. So from when the map was sent out on December 26th, we were at a total of 95 crashes with 101 fatals. And I know we're going to have a lot more because there were a lot more crashes the 5 days following it as well. But the same time last year, we were at 100 crashes and 108 fatals. So, wait to see the final numbers come in. But at least looking at that, we were did a lot better than last year. Looking at the graph, for the most part, we were doing better than last year, especially with pedestrian. Almost cut it down in half. Motorcycle went up a little bit. Bicycle went down by 1. Vehicles were up by 3. The other motorized was up significantly. So again, better than last year. Hopefully 2025 will bring better data, better results. Does anybody have any questions about the high crash intersection or fatal map? All right. As far as new business, open forum, the only thing I really want to add in is for kind of Lori is I know we exchanged emails regarding the mega meeting being in Pinellas. Were you able to reach out to anybody over in the EOC area to see if they had any room for us to do anything there?
We're just looking at a bunch of candidate locations in different counties. Nothing set in stone of which county we're going to do it in. So no, I haven't reached out any further other than you. Eric, do you have anything to add for that?
No, I don't think so. Like Lori mentioned, we're looking for the next location to hold it. So the EOC is a good lead, but if anybody has any other locations that they think could be suitable, you can feel free to let us know so we can look into those.
Yeah. Yes, and I'll definitely reach out to the EOC.
Yeah, they have a large room there that would accommodate the amount of people that we have, and I'm pretty sure they have some breakout rooms for anything that would be scheduled for the next mega meeting. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Does anybody else have anything for new business?
Like then?
Oh, I'm sorry. I do. This is Kathy Gadamer. I'm with City of Dunedin. I have a couple events. Is this the right time to mention them?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. We just started our bike ped master plan update. We're hoping it will be a 6-month project. And we're working with Kimley Horn on that. We're including a 2011 bike ped master plan into our multimodal transportation plan to give it a lot more teeth. So that's one project. And the other, we're holding an event on February 1st. It's a golf cart to low speed vehicle conversion event. So we're working with a couple golf cart dealers and insurance agents, and we'll be explaining the process and how to do it the right way with the tax collectors department, and we'll be highlighting safety on the roadways as well. So it's at City Hall, 9 to 11. You're more than welcome to come by. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike, you got your hand up?
Yeah, Mark, thanks. Mark, I just wanted to send out an invitation to everybody here. Back in May of 2021, we formed a new committee here in District 7, and it's been primarily for Hillsborough County area, and it's called IDEA. It's Impaired Driving Education Awareness, and we've been asked to try to bring this into Pinellas County, so it's happening. We're going to have our first kickoff meeting. And we're inviting everybody here, particularly law enforcement and engineers, to be educated in the impaired driving world, since both sides of the bay are very poor in their areas in that area. With that being said, we're going to have our kickoff meeting on January 22nd at 2 p.m. and it's going to be at the FDOT Pinellas Operations Office in the back there where most of you go. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Eric or anybody here at the safety office, and we can give you more details on that. But we appreciate you, and it's good to see everybody again. Thanks.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, Mike. All right. Does anybody else have anything? All right. Our next meeting will be an in-person meeting on February 6th at our traffic ops building. Some of you have been there before, so we're going to meet in person there. That's always a good time because they give us after the meeting, we get a quick tour of traffic ops, and they do a good presentation on the different signaling and how basically traffic signals work in Pinellas County. So I always look forward to going down there. So if nobody has anything else, we'll see you in February, and everyone have a Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thanks, everybody. Happy New Year.